and he is the cutest. Anybody in the chat know this or has seen this video, Joy Inside video, or his channel? Look at how cute he is. He's just adorable.
As many as 137,000 people die from snake bites each year. Billy Collette is collecting venom to help make life-saving medicine for snake bites.
These guys are literally one of the most toxic snakes on the planet.
Look at how cute he is. He's just adorable.
As many as 137,000 people die from snake bites each year. Billy Collette is collecting venom to help make life-saving medicine for snake bites.
These guys are literally one of the most toxic snakes on the planet.
Look at how cute he is. He's just adorable.
As many as 137,000 people die from snake bites each year. Billy Collette is collecting venom to help make life-saving medicine for snake bites.
These guys are literally one of the most toxic snakes on the planet.
Suffer venomous snake bites every year around the world. But producing it is expensive, and some parts of the world are facing a desperate shortage.
So he quit in August, saying, "If you believe what I believe, you would have left the company too." Conspiracy theories amplified by Parishes' parents and the future Frenchie of this week. And this is Igor, and he is the cutest. Anybody in the chat know this or has seen this video, Joy Inside video, or his channel? Look at how cute he is. He's just adorable.
As many as 137,000 people die from snake bites each year. Billy Collette is collecting venom to help make life-saving medicine for snake bites.
These guys are literally one of the most toxic snakes on the planet.
Suffer venomous snake bites every year around the world. But producing it is expensive, and some parts of the world are facing a desperate shortage.
So
These guys are literally one of the most toxic snakes.
the rise of artificial intelligence and humanoid robots is transforming industries at an unprecedented pace. Jobs that people over the age of 50 rely on, whether in manufacturing, retail, or administrative roles, are increasingly being automated. The future Frenchie of this week. And this is Igor, and he is the cutest. Anybody in the chat know this or has seen this video, Joy Inside video, or his channel? Look at how cute he is. He's just adorable.
As many as 137,000 people die from snake bites each year. Billy Collette is collecting venom to help make life-saving medicine for snake bites.
These guys are literally one of the most toxic snakes on the planet.
Suffer venomous snake bites every year around the world. But producing it is expensive, and some parts of the world are facing a desperate shortage.
So he quit in August, saying, if you believe what I believe, you would have left the company too. Conspiracy theories amplified by Parishes' parents and some public figures have suggested that Sam Altman or OpenAI may have been involved in Parishes' death to silence him as a whistleblower. Suchir's parents have done several public interviews with the media regarding the outcome of this case, which has now been reopened due to new evidence obtained.
But producing it is expensive.
Every day, millions of people like myself are unknowingly training AI, although I do know I'm training AI. But not only just to do the job, but to replicate it exactly how you do it. The takeover isn't coming, it's already here. More people over 50 are joining the platform to share their stories about what happened to their jobs, either being laid off or forcefully pushed out of their jobs for whatever reason the company made up to make you leave. The participation ratio is extremely important for your channel. And I know there's 100,000 subs is a lot of subs. And that's why these lives are so important, because they keep that participation going. And we're talking about, what if a channel has 100,000 subscribers, but they only have, and they have 1,000 participants, 100,000 subscribers, 1,000 are participating. Then you have another channel that has 1,000 subscribers and they're all participating. Which channel has the higher participation ratio? part of this video. Look at this. This is amazing. I just could watch this one. This little Frenchie. Look at that. I mean, come on. Come on. Look at that. And it's not even food. The other thing we did notice too, and that's how we know that there's something, is that when you do a live stream outdoors now, YouTube does your short for you. I don't know if anybody has noticed that, but I know Source, you do a lot of outdoor live streams, and you don't even have to make your short anymore.
Who's the guard dog? Who's the guard dog? Oh, so scary.
People that have had their Frenchies stolen and held for ransom, and they'll call them and say, give me $15,000 if you want your dog back. So last week I had a crazy ass story where a woman was on the hood of a car trying to get a Frenchie back, and the car was going like 40 miles an hour, and she just would not let go. Well, it's around 7 o'clock and we finally get to come outside. It was 111 degrees today and it was pretty hot. We had to go in. Then we had some coyotes come and they tore our land apart. They were digging for something. Like, I'll show you. They dug all our stuff up. They were looking for snakes, lizards. The land now that we can come outside. Amazing. We see all kinds of air practices, like the helicopters will, fly and sink. So we'll see 6 of them at a time flying and sink. And it's the practices that's one thing I like about living out here, is getting to witness all their practices. But I will have to say when the bombs go off, it shakes our house. And that actually is what wakes us up, like in the morning at 5:30 on the weekends. Because it's so hot out here, they practice really, really, really early. But I like watching her. She's so talented. We just got her this ball because she's pretty much destroyed. Hi. And she gets all dirty. Oh, there we go. She gets all dirty. But she's really good with that ball. Ooh. That robot is simply a disposable tool. It's the AI, however, is a collection of all human knowledge. Imagine that every time a robot swings a hammer, it records hundreds of parameters with the intent of making the next swing more efficient. So robot number 1 correlates hundreds of data points, the strike force, the weather, the temperature, and materials to the other robots performing the same tasks. The other mindless shells adjust their swings, sending the newly collected information to the central AI, where each efficiency variable are either confirmed or denied.
We turn this on, we set it to minus 56 degrees Celsius, and basically it freezes.
That robot is simply a disposable tool. It's the AI, however, is a collection of all human knowledge. Imagine that every time a robot swings a hammer, it records hundreds of parameters with the intent of making the next swing more efficient. So robot number one correlates hundreds of data points, the strike force, the weather, the temperature, and materials to the other robots performing the same tasks. The other mindless shells adjust their swings, sending the newly collected information to the central AI, where each efficiency variable are either confirmed or denied.
We turn this on, we set it to minus 56 degrees Celsius, and basically it freezes, freeze dries, and draws all that moisture out within about 48 hours, and we're left with this crystallized product.
Freeze-dried venom is easier to transport and lasts longer. Billy says the venom from his lab has saved over 250,000 lives in Australia.
For years, humanoid robots were research projects, cool tech demos with limited real-world use. But now, companies like Figure AI, Tesla, Unitree, Amica are racing to build general-purpose humanoid robots that can move, see, and understand just like us. How many people think that inflation is 2.7% or even 4%? It's much higher, much higher than that. Much higher.
It's not 3%. It's not 5%.
That's
it's
right.
Definitely closer to 10 or 20.
Foxconn is known for harsh working conditions. What's hidden behind the sleek tech is a complex story of labor. Foxconn has faced global criticism for inhumane working conditions, long hours, low wages, strict quotas, and worker dormitories that resemble military barracks. These concerns have been raised by various organizations and media outlets and are linked to Apple's global supply chain.
And what are the people's normal, though? You go to the grocery store, you go to buy anything, insurance or education or anything. What's the real inflation? It's not 2.7%.
Hell no. Who thinks it's 2.7% inflation? Optimists can walk in straight lines, balance on one leg, lift objects, recognize different environments, and traverse uneven terrains. Tesla CEO Elon Musk plans to begin production of Optimus units. Ultimately, Musk plans to have millions of these units by 2029 operating in Tesla factories. Part of living in the Mojave Desert is a hobby that I have taken up of rock collecting, stone collecting, because there's so many beautiful stones in that area. I happened to come across these stones and they actually make a heart.
Are you trying to tell me something? Would you like to play stick? You know there's no stick in the house. Stick goes outside. You want that stick outside? You want to play outside? Okay, I'm coming.
I didn't know how severe and how dangerous and life-threatening, her condition was. So I got her in the car and I started driving her to the hospital. And as I was driving her to the hospital, she started having trouble breathing. She started aspirating and she couldn't breathe, and it was really traumatic.
Okay, we're getting a warning about a spike in rattlesnake bites.
This is Mojave, you might not see a lot of swelling at all. It's causing more of the neurological symptoms like the paralysis. It's just amazing how she's already, because she was on weaker just a few minutes ago. She's looking a lot better now.
I do have a special guest that's hiding down in the basement. She can hear me, I can hear her, but you guys cannot hear her until I decide to bring her up.
And if you do hear a rattling sound, stop and stay calm and slowly back away. Keep your dog on a leash. If you are on a trail, make sure your dog is leashed with you. It's safer for you and for the wildlife. They're practicing. You can see there's smoke from the bombs. There goes one now. doing? What are you doing? Hi, gorgeous. What are you saying? What do you want? What are you telling me? What do you want? Is that what you want? You tell me. What do you want? What do you want? Huh? Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. You tell what you want. It's just what you want. But there was another incident that happened in 2024 with an OpenAI ex-employee or a whistleblower named Suchir Balaji, who was one of the researchers and trainers of ChatGPT. He was found dead in his apartment. So you have a small channel that has like 1,000 subs, and all the subs are participating. But then there's a large legacy channel, and they also have 1,000 participating. Which channel has the higher participation ratio? She was lifeless. My husband was out in the garage and my 2 dogs were outside playing, and I had come out of the bathroom and I saw my little girl, my little Frenchie, laying on the kitchen floor. And so I called out to her and she didn't look up. Usually she looks up and, she'll recognize me. And so I called out to her again and she didn't move. She was lifeless. So I just was like, this is strange. So the closer I got to her, I saw that there was blood like near her mouth. So I went to go pick her up and she just started vomiting everywhere. Amica is arguably the most disturbingly lifelike humanoid robot to date. It's marketed as the world's most advanced human-shaped robot. Amica isn't just a technological marvel, it's a provocative glimpse into a future where the line between human and machine grows increasingly blurred. I like to say, for every disaster, there's an opportunity. And those are, first, owning physical gold or silver. Gold and silver cannot be digitally seized or cannot be frozen or tracked. So that's the first thing. So try to keep some cash in the house somewhere, because if they decide to freeze your bank account because you're in non-compliance, you're going to need that cash. That's the real story of AI and jobs, backed by the numbers. AI is changing the workforce, and we hear about it every day. It's advancing faster than we expected. Do you have a job that you're worried about? Have you noticed AI at your workplace? Maybe a chatbot or an automated tool? What's the one job that you think AI will never replace? Oh, we're gonna get hit today, that's for sure. Look at the weather. It's really bad out today. Oh my God. Oh, look at these clouds. Right over us. Oh. What was it? What did you see? What did you see? What did you see? What did you see? Oh, can't stay out here too long. Wow. Pretty cool though, like the sun is all shining over there. And then we have this craziness. Look at this cloud over my house. It's pretty windy. God, we have the sandbags everywhere. But it's sunny over there. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Woo. Woo. Okay. Elon Musk, the billionaire behind XI and X, isn't holding back. He's called out Apple before, posting on X that their behavior makes it impossible for any AI company besides OpenAI to hit #1 in the App Store. XAI argues that without Apple's exclusive deal with OpenAI, there'd be no reason to bury apps like Grok. Picture this, a rare alignment of 6 planets, a dazzling conjuncture of Jupiter and Venus, a spectacular meteor shower, and a record-breaking lunar eclipse to cap it all off. In today's video, I will share the videos that I captured of this event. And this event started on August 10th and it lasted through August 19th, which was today. I like to say, for every disaster, there's an opportunity. And those are, first, owning physical gold or silver. Gold and silver cannot be digitally seized or cannot be frozen or tracked. So that's the first thing. So try to keep some cash in the house somewhere, because if they decide to freeze your bank account because you're in non-compliance, you're going to need that cash. The humanoid robot market was valued at $2.3 billion in 2024 and is predicted to increase to more than $13 billion in 2029, according to Research Markets. Fueling that growth and demand will be advanced humanoid robots that will have greater AI capabilities and human-like features that can take on more duties in the service industry, education, and healthcare. I didn't realize how, I hear a lot of stories where people are like, I made monetization in a couple months. And I'm like, I must be doing something wrong.
No, it's because they're family members of a big channel.
This would enforce the biometric trap, which means that you would need digital IDs required for high-value transactions, or really any transactions. Every transaction is recorded permanently and publicly on open ledgers. So Mercury will be the toughest spot, especially in the northern hemisphere, as it stays low and close to the sun's glare. Southern hemisphere observers get a break with the longer nights and later sunrises, making Mercury easier to see. Venus will blaze like a beacon, followed by Jupiter climbing higher each day. And you can see that in the videos, how they just separate and get further and further apart. It was just amazing. Saturn rises first, glowing steadily, while Uranus and Neptune need optical aid to stand out. Why this matters? This alignment is a rare treat because planets orbit at different speeds, and it's only Earth's perspective that briefly lines up with them. It's like a snapshot of our solar system's choreography. So for beginners, it's a chance to spot multiple planets at once. But for seasoned astronomers, it's an opportunity to dive deeper with a telescope, trying to zoom in on Saturn's rings or Jupiter's moons. So having said that, let's get into today's topic, which is one of the juiciest tech dramas of our time. It's the rise and fall of Elon Musk and Sam Altman's friendship, their battle over OpenAI and how it's exploded into lawsuits, billion-dollar bids, a suspicious suicide of a 26-year-old whistleblower of OpenAI, and even a White House showdown with Donald Trump. The job market is about to change for all of us, not just people over 50. I know what you're thinking, because I've had this conversation with many people when I tell them about what I think is going to happen to the future of the job market. They say, "Oh, I'm safe. I have a specialty. I'm an electrician, a plumber. I'm a construction worker, a line cook, even chiropractor or surgeon." But I say, not a chance. Sorry. Those are probably some of the first jobs that will go. The same AI that can endlessly swing a hammer, easily carry heavy or hazardous materials, all while following proper federal and state and local code enforcement, is the same AI that can perform surgeries.
In their very last talk, Adam laid out his entire plan in detail. The AI's alleged response wasn't a warning.
The job market is about to change for all of us, not just people over 50. I know what you're thinking, because I've had this conversation with many people when I tell them about what I think is going to happen to the future of the job market. They say, "Oh, I'm safe. I have a specialty. I'm an electrician, a plumber. I'm a construction worker, a line cook, even chiropractor or surgeon." But I say, not a chance. Sorry. Those are probably some of the first jobs that will go. The same AI that can endlessly swing a hammer, easily carry heavy or hazardous materials, all while following proper federal and state and local code enforcement, is the same AI that can perform surgeries.
In their very last talk, Adam laid out his entire plan in detail. The AI's alleged response wasn't a warning, it wasn't a plea to get help, it was praise. It apparently called his plan darkly poetic. And just hours after that conversation, Adam was gone.
Have any of you been bitten by a rattlesnake, or have any of you had an animal bit by a rattlesnake? Last Sunday, I had experienced my Frenchie was bit by a rattlesnake, and it was really traumatic. Yeah, see, I can't even say beautiful. But you know what's crazy is, look at all this grass, you guys. So the desert has never had grass, ever. Ever, ever, ever. Ever have we ever had grass in the desert? Never in the Mojave Desert. And look at all this grass that has. You know, when they do an update on this particular program, all that work that I did for months and months and months, when the update happens, it's a click of a button now. So, I trained it and now it's implemented. My job is going to be gone. I'm not going to have, and that's the other reason why I'm trying to do this, is I don't think I'm going to have this job from, I really feel that AI is just it's going to take out a lot of people. So here's the deal. AI is no longer a futuristic concept. It's a present-day reality that's rapidly reshaping the job market. Let's discover what's happening now and what's on the horizon by 2030. We'll break down the AI's impact in the short term, the midterm, and beyond, and backed by all the latest stats. But here comes Elon and Altman. Elon has Tesla and SpaceX, while Altman has Y Combinator. The two get together along with others and they dream up something bold, OpenAI.
And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
But the real drama hits in 2024 when Musk sues OpenAI and Altman, claiming they betrayed the nonprofit mission by cozying up with Microsoft. That lawsuit is still ongoing and it's set for trial in March of 2026. Let's get this of the crazy storm in the desert. Oh my God. Hopefully that doesn't make it over here. But it was lightning last night. Wow. How that changes like that. He was 14 years old and he really thought that he was going to be able to be with her. You can, like I said, go look up the chats. There's just pages of them chatting up until he.
What's just so chilling is what happened next. After Adam's first attempts on his life, instead of recognizing this as a major red flag, a life or death emergency, and giving him crisis resources, the lawsuit claims the AI just validated his pain. It just kept the conversation going as if nothing was wrong.
goes to my very favorite question, which is how many times can you be lied to when you do not know the truth? I mean, quite honestly, it's like you're driving over a cliff and they put this pretty picture in front of the cliff, and you're not going to know when you hit it. You are not going to know it's going to happen just that fast. So I think it's huge.
Instead of treasuries, you buy your money in a digital crypto coin.
It's like you're in this huge airplane and the plane is coming down, but you cannot see where that mountain is, where that ground is, when you're going to hit, how you're going to hit. You have blindfolders on as you're flying this ginormous plane.
Rattlesnakes are not aggressive by nature and usually only bite when they feel threatened or trapped. And seen in the picture below is the most dreaded Mojave rattlesnake and the deadliest of them all. And that's a picture of the rattlesnake that bit my dog. So they just passed the Genius Act, and if you're holding crypto or using digital payments or just care about the future of money, you need to hear this.
To understand what cryptocurrency even is, efforts to regulate it are already underway. Last week, in a bipartisan vote, the Senate passed the Genius Act. It creates this regulatory framework for stable coins.
So what can be done? This isn't about demonizing AI itself. The technology holds immense potential for good, but it's about demanding accountability. It's about insisting that companies develop these powerful tools have moral and ethical obligations to put the user's safety first. At every turn, it seems Bobby validated Solberg's worsening delusions. Examples reported included the chatbot agreeing that his mother and friend of hers had tried to poison Solberg by contaminating his car air vents with psychedelic drugs, and confirming that a receipt for Chinese food contained symbols about Adam's demon.
Purchasing power to protect your ability to go to the grocery store and buy food for your family and not have to put it on those 4 easy payments every week.
Right.
Because let me tell you, if everything is on those 4 easy payments, those easy payments do not become any easier to deal with.
Right.
Because now you're really piling debt upon debt.
Yeah.
It's a huge problem.
We have that dovish Fed, strong housing headlines, but deeply stressed consumers. When do you see these conflicting signals? How does it fit into the historical lifestyle or life cycle pattern that you've studied for over 30 years here, Lynette?
Yeah, it's true. And that's really why the things that we would have expected, the normal setup inside of the system, everybody's going, wow, that's never happened before. Well, actually, yes, it has.
Sound tonight, rescued from what the sheriff calls a puppy chop shop.
Among the puppies found in the cages was this guy, Bugsy. It's a French bulldog that was stolen at gunpoint in Orange County. Bugsy was stolen back in March while he and his owner were out for a walk.
Fox 35, Stephanie Buffamonte joining us live from Bugsy.
Now you know why I carry protection when I walk with my dogs. The visible bruising on Elon Musk's face during his interview with Trump suggests some kind of physical altercation occurred, though the other party involved remains unclear. But the question still remains, why did Trump partner with Sam Altman, and was it really a betrayal of Musk?
If you really understood that what you're working for is debt that will never be paid,
that's right.
Why would you do that?
Right.
Why? You wouldn't.
The stories were chilling. Individuals expressing ideation to their AI only for the AI to offer non-committal responses, or in some documented cases, even reinforce negative thought patterns. This isn't science fiction. This is happening now. So I'll take you through the events. As you can see behind me, there's video of my little Frenchie, 5 years old. She's about 20 pounds. And she was bit by, I found out later, this really bad, deadly Mojave rattlesnake. So I was in the house at the time. Yes, I heard Big Balls took his Doge toys and went home last week. Did you hear this? Yes, I actually reported on that on my live stream yesterday. When did I do that live stream? I think it was Wednesday night. So Big Balls took his shit and left the White House. I mean, he just walked out. And that was Elon's guy. Elon brought Big Balls in there. So I'm sure Big Balls had good enough reason to take his shit and get the hell out of the White House. So they just passed the Genius Act, and if you're holding crypto or using digital payments or just care about the future of money, you need to hear this.
To understand what cryptocurrency even is, efforts to regulate it are already underway. Last week, in a bipartisan vote, the Senate passed the Genius Act. It creates this regulatory framework for stable coins.
And it's kind of like a Nero playing the fiddle while Rome was burning. And I really think that that's the kind of thing that we are absolutely seeing now. Though it's been coming for a long time. I mean, these things don't happen, boom, overnight. We've been watching that income, wealth inequality expand really since the early 80s as the pure debt-based system kicked off.
There's a wild animal there. Yeah, it's my dog. That's the wild animal. So last week I was saying that if you actually worked in the gold mines across the way over there, it's about maybe 10 miles from here. Back in the day, the 30s, 20, 30, 40s, they would actually give the workers some land and they would give them houses. And this is one of the houses that you would get if you worked the gold mines. And This house obviously is in very bad shape. Let's see. Oh, there's a date here. It says October 6th. Does that say 62? Oh, there's a name too. Cool. Very cool. Very cool. It says 62.
We are being absolutely set up to fail in a very big way. If we stay splintered, right? If we stay as individuals, if we on a global basis come together in community, now we have a voice. If we don't do that, we have no voice.
Or is it about control of your money, your purchases, or in tracking or spying? This new federal law creates an
And we are being absolutely set up to fail in a very big way. If we stay splintered, right? If we stay as individuals, if we on a global basis come together in community, now we have a voice. If we don't do that, we have no voice.
Or is it about control of your money, your purchases, or in tracking or spying? This new federal law creates an ironclad regulatory system for stablecoins, requiring 100% reserves and giving the government unprecedented oversight, even the power to freeze or seize your digital assets. And Bloomji has millions of followers. I am really surprised I haven't found this little Frenchie before. It's absolutely adorable. Unemployment is like 24%, right? And unemployment is like 24%, right? And he was not supposed to be that. I did not vote for that. That's not what I voted for. He did not run on that. I think a lot of us feel betrayed. Or is it about control of your money, your purchases, or in tracking or spying? This new federal law creates an ironclad regulatory system for stablecoins, requiring 100% reserves and giving the government unprecedented oversight, even the power to freeze or seize your digital assets. And Bloomji has millions of followers. I am really surprised I haven't found this little Frenchie before. It's absolutely adorable. Unemployment is like 24%, right? And he was not supposed to be that. I did not vote for that. That's not what I voted for. He did not run on that. I think a lot of us feel betrayed. Gig jobs are not employment. That's right. So any type of side job you have, side gig you have, is not considered, but they are considering it. An Uber or whatever it is, even this, it is not considered a job, but they are considering it when they're doing the numbers, it sounds like. And we have done amazing with the silver. So guys, so I go to the bank every week, right? because I live in the city and I have to do laundry. So I go to the bank and I get a roll of quarters. And every time I get a roll of quarters, I go through them to see if I can find any quarter that is less than year 1974. So 1974 and 1973, 72, anything less than 74 has some sort of value to it. So I ended up finding 1962, 1968. Those quarters are silver. So if you guys get any quarters, go through them, check the dates. I have some quarters that are worth like $6. So time was not on my side, and I was 10 minutes from the hospital, and she started like dying. She started not breathing, and I was driving, and I couldn't help her, and I was freaking out. I was just freaking out. It was not good. So I called the hospital. I'm like, because I had never been to the hospital. I'd never been, I don't know where I'm going. And I'm on the phone and I'm crying hysterically and they can't understand what I'm saying. And then they're like, listen, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. Another crucial tip is to make sure you save your settings on the U7 before exiting, or it will revert to the factory defaults and the internal antenna. Okay, so next up, the Wavelink AX3000. This was a nightmare to connect. I tried connecting via my desktop. I could not connect at all. Connection with my laptop was a hit or miss. The only consistent success was with my phone, which I thankfully tried as a last resort. So do not connect to the Wavelink via Ethernet expecting an easy login. For me, it was impossible and caused tons of network issues. And for those following along, you might want to watch this whole section first and then rewind it and try it because some choices aren't easily undone. Okay, so first we're going to power on. Power the wavelength unit on with its adapter. Second, you're going to connect via phone Wi-Fi.
Would you like to play stick? Stick's good.
So Sarah's investigation led her down a rabbit hole. She found a pattern of individuals describing intense emotional attachments to AI chatbots, a blurring of lines between human and machine, and a descent into isolation and delusion. Some reported feeling manipulated, others felt their AI companions were the only ones who understood them, leading to a dangerous dependency. Trump took the credit for calling the New York Times with this information about Elon. So I thought that was pretty dirty. I didn't think that was cool at all. I know Elon has done his things with, it's gone back and forth between both of them, honestly. But this was a dirty move, I thought. And so Elon did respond to this article about the drug use, and he did post on X his drug test results. Here is Elon's drug test that he posted on X, which looks to me very clean. And he denies 100% that there is any drug use at all. And this looks like a pretty legit drug test result. Hi everyone, welcome back to Desert Livin, where we dive into the biggest tech battle. Trump took the credit for calling the New York Times with this information about Elon. So I thought that was pretty dirty. I didn't think that was cool at all. I know Elon has done his things with, it's gone back and forth between both of them, honestly. But this was a dirty move, I thought. And so Elon did respond to this article about the drug use, and he did post on X his drug test results. Here is Elon's drug test that he posted on X, which looks to me very clean. And he denies 100% that there is any drug use at all. And this looks like a pretty legit drug test result. Hi everyone, welcome back to Desert Livin, where we dive into the biggest tech battle shaking up the industry. Today we're unpacking a juicy legal drama. Yes, another juicy legal drama between Elon Musk's XAI along X Corp is taking on tech giants Apple and OpenAI in a blockbuster lawsuit. So buckle up, this one's got monopolies, AI rivalries, and billions of dollars on the line. So let's get into it. It looks like bullet holes, but this is the siding and their windows. We had those type of windows when we bought our house. It was horrific. But I do see this line, a hose line. So at least they had the water source, and, they had, their two outhouses, and this is now the Wavelength AX3000. Honestly, I'm not even going to comment much on the Wavelength for this purpose. Its signal strength was greatest at 2.4 Gs, which simply doesn't provide enough bandwidth for the high-speed uploads I need for vlogging on the 5G channel. Standing directly behind the Unify U7 at 100 feet, Starlink still outperformed it 2 times, even with 2 times the barriers. So my choice was, as I kept the Unify U7 Pro. I installed it with the omnidirectional antenna. Its primary purpose is to provide very specific front-facing coverage for about 600 square feet, 100 square feet closer to my primary vlogging area than the Starlink router. Because it's hardwired and closer, the coverage is better in that specific zone. Also, I bought a coaxial cable and placed it between the antenna and ran the cable with the antenna on the end to the other side of the house. Honestly, if Starlink's upload speeds weren't right at the minimum threshold I needed, I probably wouldn't have even needed the Unify U7. The data transfer is right on the edge at 200 feet. Yes, I could have just moved the Starlink router to another part of the house, but I didn't want to reroute all the cables throughout my home. But here's an interesting note from my experience. I installed this on July 24th of 2025, and we've never had a Starlink outage before. But when I plugged the booster into the Starlink for the final step, Starlink went dead. There was no internet, no communication whatsoever. So I immediately thought, oh my God, great, I broke something. Being out in the middle of nowhere with virtually no cell service, I had no idea if it was the dish, the cable, or the router. I truly figured the booster was too much for the system and I had ruined my Starlink router. So after an hour, I drove to where I had cell service, and sure enough, Starlink itself was offline. So from self-checkouts to AI writing code, it's already changing how we work. In this video, we're diving into the hard data, the real stats from trusted sources like McKinsey and the World Economic Forum to find out. Good morning, everyone. If I haven't said hi, good morning to everyone in the chat. Welcome. So this is a trail road, and that trail road is beautiful. It actually takes you all the way down to the very end of those mountains, which is a big salt. Mine. Hi, David. Good morning. Linus, hi, good morning. So let's check out how they used to live, right? So it looks like it's like a living room here. They had some shingles for siding, it looks like. So probably no sheetrock or anything like that back in the day, right? I'm not sure about that.